Okay, so thanks for hopping on. We will have enough room for everyone or have a better plan in place for next week. What I love about this group, I treat this like teaching. And when I was teaching in a classroom, I just rolled with it. If things didn't go well, guess what? We'll figure it out. Because it's not about me having a presentation. It's about you all getting what you need. So I want to give you a few little facts, and then we're going to talk about how you all are going to report numbers in every week. So we had talked about you emailing them in, which I think is lovely. But because there's several of us on here that work with Google Docs and Google Forms enough, we have a way for you to report them that it's very slick, and it'll just get shot into a spreadsheet that we can all use, and it will be glorious. So we will talk about that in a minute. If you're technology nervous, it's okay. You're just going to click the link and type in the information. Clickety click, no big deal. Even 5th and 6th graders who can't sit in their seats are able to use these forms, and you are all superior to that. So you will be just fine. I'm going to pull up my notes here. So, okay, a couple things I wanted to share. Obviously, all of you are 2 feet in the boat. You're ready to go. You're excited. You're pumped up for Dallas, which happens in 1 week. I mean, you guys, we get to see each other in real life. I can't even wait. And I'm not a hugger, but I will hug you, so watch out. I've been practicing. Miriam has made me drop the walls a little bit. So one thing I wanted to talk to you all about, though, is I think when we go to convention, there's so much going on. It's so exciting. But I think sometimes you look at certain ranks and you think, I don't know if I can do that. I'm right here. And you look at that next thing and think, but I don't know. That's going to be hard. Well, here's the thing. Real life is hard. A piece of cake. So we had 2 NMDs come from Virginia for regionals in Iowa. And I had never met them, but it was awesome to meet just some different NMDs and hear from them. So what they did, and I don't know, I just want to share this so you kind of have a grasp of what an NMD structure is like. Because in the PowerPoints, they say you need so many Lexus learners, you need this, you need that. Well, they took their personal recruited brand partners and they broke it down. So they had recruited, I want to say, and I'm totally fabricating numbers, but it's approximately, okay? I want to say they had brought in about 43 people to the business in about 3 years. Now, that's a healthy amount of people. However, they broke it down into categories of who was actually working. And I just think you'll think this is interesting. So they had, I want to say, 25 who just had an ADO. No customers, no brand partners, just an ADO at best. Okay, so that's like a customer. They had, and don't check my math on this, okay, because I'm really just giving you numbers. They had about 10 who had some customers, maybe a brand partner, kind of were in the game, but kind of just doing their thing. And they, long story short, they only had 5 people out of those 43 who were 2 feet in the boat. 5. And they were sitting in NMD. So I think what we need to remember when we have those weeks where we're texting or calling our teams and we're like, anybody, did you go to a deserted island? Did you join the witness protection program? Like, where are you? Give yourself grace and know it's okay. You're going to find your 5 diamonds that you need to get where you want to go with this. Maybe you don't want to get to NMD, but I'll tell you a 6-figure income is a huge breath of fresh air for you and your family because it's money that you can put away if you don't need it. You can take your kids somewhere, whatever you want to do with it. But what I'm saying is really all you're doing to get there is helping a small group of people. So that's truly what this little sorry, I talk a lot with my hands. This little 90-day run club is about. It's about all of us working together to help as many people as possible, find you all your diamonds in the process, and get as many of you to Puerto Vallarta as possible and the next trip as well. So I wanted to just share that story because when they were talking, it just gave me even more clarity of you don't have to have this perfect, amazing organization to get where you want to go in this business. We're all going to have people that just have an ADO. We're all going to have people that get a couple customers. We're all going to have some that blow up your phone morning, noon, and night because they want this business. So just breathe, roll with it, and the good ones are coming, I promise. And then we were on an NMD call today too, and I heard a quote that I think completely fits this group. And they just said, how you handle a challenge will dictate where you will be in your future. That doesn't mean like you were amazing at problem solving. That means how you react to any challenge will dictate where you'll be in your future. Because if you shut down, and trust me, we all are allowed a 5-minute shutdown. Okay, every single one of us. Do what you got to do, but then you got to rebound from that and help your team. Don't let the crazies get to you, and stay positive regardless. Because I promise you, this is worth it. Oh, and the last thing I wrote down, I'm trying to stay with it. You guys, I've had very little sleep. You only have to be slightly better than mediocre to get everything you want out of this. Doesn't that just help you like take a breath? Like, thank you, Lord. Like, I only have to be a little bit better than average to get what I need from this. Thank you. That's perfect. I can handle that and not feel like I need anxiety medication for that, right? So you only have to be slightly better than average to get what you need from this. That is what we are tracking. We are tracking slightly better than average. Okay, we're better than that, but I'm just giving you like bare minimum. Okay, so just to go over, we talked about this last time for those of you that could not make it on. The things we will be tracking, and this starts tomorrow. You can start today. You can go from, actually it would start today because it'd be Monday to Monday. And you're going to track 2 bottles out at all times. And if that means 2 a week to make it a little more, you know, a number, that's fine. 2 bottles out at all times. Personal development 5 times a week for 10 minutes. And if you need a new good book to read, we'll start a thread in our group of some options, because all of us like different things. And I think it's great to see what someone else is reading, because I love it. I have to read about 3 at a time because, as you can tell, I have a wild attention span. So personal development 5 times a week. Then, you get to be unplugged once a week for about 4 hours. You can pick when that is. So unplug, and that just promotes balance. Give yourself that time with your family or alone, for heaven's sakes, whatever you need to do where you're unplugged from your phone. You're not worrying about Nerium or your other job, really. Just be with your family and enjoy that time. So track that. If you can't all do that, come on. And I'm doing this from memory, which is a frightening thing. 2 to 3 sit downs, RRPs, or taking a guest to market party a month. If you don't have a market party in your area, that's okay. Get your prospects on a Zoom like Cindy Rowe has done, and Carissa and Morgan, and a lot of you. Get them on 3-way calls, worst case scenario. If you each personally did 2 to 3 3-way calls a month, think about what we could do, because you know they work. I love doing 3-way calls. I can do them pretty much standing on my head, and I know Tanya can too. So it's just those really high payoff activities where you're getting someone in front of an expert. Do 2 to 3 of those a month, and that's what counts. So how many is that? Is that 4? 4? Okay, you're also going to track your I like all the hands. You're also going to track your Class A prospects. How many people have seen information, are interested in the business, and are only 60 days old? So for example, I had a rocking funnel of like 7 who were interested in the business and they're so pumped. And then it was like, they're not really responding. So now they're like Class B minus. Like they're not Class A. I'm going to keep dripping. I know I can get at least one of them to jump. She's just like, well, I really should do this. I'm like, sister, you've been to 3 market parties. Jump. Like you're taking years off my life. So, thanks, Marcy. And I just need to help her jump. So that's where we're at with that one. So but it needs to be 60 days. If you're in a position like I am where your prospects are going into witness protection program or just not responding, keep working. Those 2 bottles out that you're doing every week and those 3-way calls or sit downs, that's going to fill that funnel right back up. All of these are linked to each other, which is good. And I think I missed one. You can unmute yourself, someone, and tell me.
NLC.
NLC.
Oh gosh, how embarrassing. I wish I wasn't recording. You have to be NLC qualified. Okay, so for this month, I have a lot of people panicking about this because they're like, what if I'm not qualified this month? Am I already kicked out of this group? No, because in real life, everyone deserves grace because we're not perfect. Okay? So let's pretend, I mean, we've still got 48 hours, people. We can make it magic happen. But let's pretend you aren't qualified at the end of August. You get September as a grace period month. So then you got to get your little hiney back to NLC qualified, okay? But just because there's grace doesn't mean we stop. There is a girl on my team, and I won't say her name, but we were talking this morning, and she said, I don't have any points for the month. And I said, okay, what can we get done today? And she's like, well, I'm like, can you cover their shipping if it's just to help you? You know, for a couple of them. You don't have to do it for all of them. She got 2 customers already just today. She's like, okay, 3 to go. I'm like, all right, we got this. So we can post in our group only if you want. I don't want to overdo our group with messages, but I like scripts because I think it's helpful for people instead of having to reinvent the wheel. Carissa and Stacy Carter did a message out to some of Stacy's to help them get that one last customer or that last, you know, couple customers. We'll post it. If you're not interested, don't read it. It's totally fine. But I want to at least give you tools that we're using that work, for heaven's sake. So we will post that in there today. So that's what we're tracking. And I'm going to turn it over to Carissa. I think she can screen share with you, and she's going to show you how we're going to track those numbers. She was like my awesome assistant with this, and she made the Google form. Not while she was at school, definitely on her own time. But she's going to share that so you all kind of see how to track.
All right, I'm going to try to get this to work. Did everybody see that?
Yes.
Kind of? Okay, perfect. I put it in an email, like I sent it to myself, so I can type in it while I'm talking to you guys. So basically, it's a Google form that we'll email out, and you'll put the date in there, and then name, and then how many sit downs, and this is for the week. So if you had 1 or 0 for the week, obviously you want 2 in there for the whole month. And then for your phone off for 4 hours, I just did a yes or a no. Mm-hmm. Bottles out, you can just type in a number. NLC points for the week. And then Class A prospects, you can also type in a number. And then when you submit it, it will go to, like she said, a Google spreadsheet that Kate has. Did I forget personal development?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to add that in there. So
that's okay.
Yeah, we'll add that in there, so you can put that in there too. Do you want, I don't know if you want the book or just the hours. You can figure that out.
I think it's
just the 5 times a week.
Yep, just keep it
That's
simple.
fine.
Okay, so thank you.
So then you just hit submit, and then it just goes ready to go.
Can you guys handle that? That's like awesome. Okay, so go ahead.
Nope, I'm good. You're good. Turn it back over to you.
Okay, cool. I gotta find my people. When she stops sharing it, I'll be able to see you.
I don't know how do I get that off there?
Go at the bottom and click stop screen share, I think.
Did it go off? Okay, there we go. Sorry.
Yay. Okay, so I know that's different than just emailing, but it's so much easier. You just pop them in there and hit submit, and the magic Google machine, which is what we called it when I taught middle school, converts it into this amazing spreadsheet. We can link it to our team Facebook page because Tanya said, you know, your number will be on display for the world, and really the world just means us. But this is a way for that to happen without it being chaos with numbers everywhere, because I can't handle that. I need organized. So this should be great. And what's even better is our Zoom next time, we'll either hold everyone or we'll do 2 different groups. Totally fine. We're going to roll with it. We're going to have fun. So just to recap, you're tracking those things. We're starting today. So Monday to Monday. For numbers sent in by next Monday, which is the it the 4th? Next Monday at noon Central Standard Time. So get those puppies in. If you're an early riser, get them in early. If you sleep late, do them the night before. But get those numbers sent in to that link, which we will post on our Facebook page. And then it will be organized. And then on Mondays, we are not going to be on here and read off our numbers because that's pointless. You're going to be able to see them. We're going to use this time to train and to go over things that we know are super important for you guys, things that you're wanting to talk more through, and things that will just help drive your business for the next 90 days. Because truly, what we do now, starting today, like what we do right now, it shows in this business that in 90 days you will see the effects. So if we're cranking for the next 90 days, you're going to keep that up. Not only will we continue to keep working, but you're going to see this huge momentum that we create as a group, and I'm beyond excited for that. So any questions before we turn? Oh, and the only other thing is we have 48 hours, and Mark Smith on the NMD call today said, you all need to be NLC qualified, wink, wink, nod, nod. And I was like, okay. So what I told my team when I made a video today is Mark Smith is not one to hype things up. He only says like, oh my gosh, you're going to freak out if it's like a rank up or something amazing. And what he said is we are launching phase 2 of NLC. So you all want to be qualified so you don't miss out. He goes, you want to be qualified. You want your teams to be qualified. And here's the thing. How fun would it be if our whole 90-day run group worked together and just got it done? I don't care if you have 0 points. Because guess what? Who cares? It's all about the decision to start. Okay? What if you don't make it? You'll survive. You will live. This is not life or death. We're not curing cancer here. We're sharing product in the business to help people. If you get a few points and don't qualify, they'll carry over for next month. You're just helping yourself. So reach out to Tanya, reach out to me, reach out to any one of your upline. I don't care if I'm not your upline, for the love. Message me on Facebook, get my number. I don't care. But let's help you all get your points if you don't have them. If you're sitting with points and you're done for the month and you're NLC qualified, if you've got someone on your team you can help, great. Otherwise, start working on September because we're going to have those few days in convention where you're not out doing exposure. So we want to make sure we're being proactive with that. So NLC qualified, I mean, we're doing it. It's happening. I cannot even wait. So anything that you all have questions on before I let you have family time?
I have a question, Kate.
Yeah.
What if we have a BP who decides to join this group tomorrow or the next day? Is that allowed?
That depends. I'm not going to make that decision right now because I want to talk to Tanya because we did tell all of you you had to decide before tonight, right?
Right.
So
just wondering. Yeah,
no, and I see the point, and I think it's awesome. We don't want to just exclude anyone. We just want to make sure that we keep it the same for everybody. So worst case, they can kind of join in with you on the side and still track their numbers. It's not going to hurt them.
True.
Anything else?
Quick question.
Yeah.
For the 4 hours of shutting everything off, is that like throughout the week, like you can do 1 hour a day, or is that like 1 hours?
You can do any of it. I tend to do mine on Sunday mornings.
So I'm just saying, like to report them at the end of the week. You don't mind if it's spread out?
Nope. No, and honestly, you may laugh, but that's my hardest one because I text right up until like when we go to church, it like counts down the timer till they start singing, and I'm like texting, and my husband has to take my phone. Like it's not okay. So I have to work on that one the most. There's not emergencies in Miriam usually, so it'll be fine. But yeah, we're all going to have certain things. But yes, as long as you are tracking time that you're taking away so that you have family time and create that balance, that's all we want.
1 hour at church counts as 1 hour.
I know. I have to stay off my phone.
Hey, Kate, how many Class A prospects do we have to have per month? What was that?
Okay, so that one is just that we are showing growth. Your ideal is 10. What David Bird says is we always have 10 Class A prospects, and that means you're in business. Anything below 3, he says you're out of business. Now, that's not something we need to panic about. We just have to grow and keep that going. So my goal is going to be 10 every single month, and I'm going to get as close to that as possible. So our goal needs to be 10. We don't want to aim low and say 3, because if we're doing all this activity, we're going to get prospects. Anything else, friends?
Kate, can you tell me again what Class A prospects are?
Yes, I can. So it's anyone who has seen something, whether it's a video or a used product or been on one of the phone calls, who's expressed interest in the business, and they are new enough in your funnel within 60 days. So they're only 60 days old as a prospect. And that's important just because if they start ignoring you, you have to move on. We can't wait around for people.
And just another, adding to that, are we counting people who are not in countries that are open, like that have signed letters of intent, or not them yet?
Maybe make like a, yeah, because I'm going to complicate this. Maybe make like a separate note in your Class A prospects, because if they're in Colombia, they may be sitting there for a really long time. Not that long, but longer than a week. So maybe mark like, plus this person. Anything else? And I'll put this in our Facebook page, the recording, just in case any of your people didn't get on, but I'll also stay on if any of them want to hop on right after. Sound good? Okay, you guys, well, thanks for being on. I'm so excited. Next Monday, we're rolling out. So we will post the link. Send your numbers in next Monday by noon Central Standard Time. And go time. I can't wait to see you all in Dallas. Yay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. Thank you.